Hello, I just wanted to make a quick video on using the Perfactory software. When I first got it, I hated it, and then I learned a couple of tricks and tips, and now I love it. So, I already have everything prepped in everything else. I know that you can do it in Magix or something else, but I do everything in 3Shape. So when I have everything ready, I just open up the build plate or the Perfactory RP, and I choose my vector because that's what I use for most of the things that I do. And then this is pretty simple. I just add, and then I can just grab all these, open them. It's going to do the 3D model, so I just hit OK all, and then I have placed at origin. And then it's going to load up all my models. This is a plate that I already did. So it's going to load them all here. And then I found a simple way. I come up to here and I choose the realignment tool. Now what that's going to do is that it's going to show the mesh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to left click on the bottom of one, and then I'm going to use the center click to reorient them. Now what that does is that it teaches the computer what the bottom of the models are, and it orients them. Then I come up here to the automatic placement tool, click on that. I always use part contours, and then the leveling at 0. Distance between parts is 2 millimeters. And then I like to check this, place and center. So I click OK, and it's going to reorient everything. Now this is a mixture of upper and lower. And then as you can see, it didn't fit at everything, but that's okay because, and then as you can see, these here are upside down, and that's okay too because I learned a little trick. So I go into the choose tool, then I'm going to left click, and then I'm going to hit control and left click to choose the rest of them. And then I'm going to come back into the realignment tool, and I'm going to get the mesh again, and I'm going to zoom in and just click one little triangle, and then I center clicked, and that is going to reorient them so that they're right side up. I'm going to come back in and select all, then come back in here to the automatic placement tool. Do the exact same thing as I did before. Now it's going to take a little while because I got a bunch on there, and then it's going to orient them. Typically, what you really want when you have smaller print jobs is that you want to keep them in the center here. For a large print job that I do overnight, 14, 15, I just let it go. But say if you only have like a few, you want to orient them into here. And that's pretty simple to do. All that you have to do is just click this tool, the geometry transformations. And then, of course, that has them all. So I'm going to have to click on that, and then so that there's none selected. So say I'll select that one, switch to the geometry transformations. Then I can just move it. I can move it. I can do pretty much anything that I want to it. So now it's ready to print. So all that I have to do is just go back into the select tool, select everything, and then come in here to the build tool. So it's going to build. Not all parts have supports. Would you like to continue? Yes. And then it's going to bring up, I probably need a faster computer. I'm wondering if that would affect speed, because of course we all want to get this done as quickly as possible, and I found the Perfactory software. So there we go, and I'm just going to click start. And then it's already going to build it in the Perfactory plates. And I'm going to click OK. This is going to take a while, the build job generation. This is where I usually go for a cup of coffee, have a cigarette, do something or another. But the more parts that you have, the longer that this is going to take. I am making a second video about how I get to this point through my 3Shape software. But I'll just let this go. And then I'll just talk a little bit more about the software. I just think that all the software that we get, it can all do the trick, but it's all about the tips and tricks that you learn. Like I spoke to a few different people before I learned this process, this workflow, and it's worked out extremely well for me. I've been printing now with the Vector since last April, so you figure about 10 months. I haven't had a single failed print. Now, after this generates, I'm going to show you a couple issues that you might run into and how to fix them. This is going to take a while because it's got a lot. Maybe I shouldn't, because in the next video that I make about the 3 shape, I'm only going to do 2 at a time, and I'm going to run through everything. So this will take, so this will be a lot quicker at that point. But yeah, I mean, when I first got the Perfactory software, I was like, ah, and then I just learned a couple things and played around with it and spoke to a couple of the techs at EnvisionTEC, and they showed me a couple things, and now I can't see using anything else. I also have a Vita, so when I went into the first build, I could have chosen that, and then it would have given me all the specs for that. And then you can load up specs for the different materials with the Vita, the different machines, and then it's all going to take care of itself. Okay, this is coming to a close, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is at this point. Okay, so close. That's all ready to print. So I minimize that, and then as you can see, I go into the Perfactory plates, and I have it right here. I like to rename the plates so I know what's going on, and then I constantly delete the plates after they get done. So what I like to do now is I come into this other tool that comes with the Perfactory software, the Perfactory Job Inspector. So I open that up. I'm going to open that up on the whole board, open file, Perfactory plates, Saturday sample, double click there, double click job description. Then I'm going to left click on section 1. Now what this does is that it tells me that the job is buildable. Before I found this tool, I would get over to the printer and realize that like this was missing or half of this was missing, which means that it was not leveled. All these are leveled, they're ready to print, they're printing hollow with a drain grid, and I'm all set to go. So I can get out of here, go back into Perfactory plates, drag the plate over into vector jobs, and this is going to take a couple seconds. And then now I'm ready to load the job and start to print. It just takes I got to home the machine, load the job, hit go, and then it's ready. But I am going to show you while I'm here, and since I got a little bit more time with this video, I'm going to come back in here and say if this was off. Like right now it's level as we saw, but like if I went into the job inspector and only half of this one was showing, there's a couple simple ways to fix that. One, I can come back into the transformation tool, because if you choose a bunch of them, then, I mean the transformation tool, if you choose a bunch of them, it might not work, and then I'm just going to level it again. And then if that doesn't work, I mean, I can kind of see it. And then I can always come into the realignment tool. I'm sorry, the transformation tool, and then translation. And then I'm going to just do -2. And that's going to sink it down. So it's not going to be levelable, but if there was any unlevel parts, then it would now be printable. I'm not going to go through the whole build again, but there's just a couple small things. Like I don't even know what a lot of these things are, but that's what I do. In the other video that I'll make, you'll just see how simple my entire workflow is. But this is me. Hope this helps. If you see anything that I've done that I could improve upon, please let me know, because I'm always looking to learn more. I'm always looking to share what I've learned to help other people out. And I don't know if this is the best route, but it's the best that I've been able to come out with. Thank you.